In this video we will show you how to get your Texas drone pilot license. We've created an in-depth guide so you can become a drone pilot in Texas. The first step is understanding whether you are eligible in Texas to operate a drone commercially. The requirements are that the person is 16 years of age minimally, in good health, and is fluent in English, both reading and writing. The reason for these requirements is that they should be able to operate a drone safely and fully understand the laws. To get your Texas drone pilot license, you must be 16 years old. The same age you can get a car permit. The reason is that you are responsible for those around you, and if you can't see or hear great, you will not be able to responsibly operate the drone. It's important to know that this is different from recreational use. However, you still have to take a safety test. This is called the Recreational UAS Safety Test, TRUST, and is organized by the FAA as well. This is for hobbyists who will not make any money from flying drones. Next, if you want to have a good shot at passing the Part 107 exam, then you should register either online or in person with an accredited or FAA-acknowledged program. Today, many options are offered, such as self-paced, live schedules, or in-person training. The cheapest options online generally fall between $150 and $300 for a self-paced online class with multiple benefits, including study tools, teachers' office hours, and practice exams. It's a great way to get a remote pilot certificate. You can find the best FAA-approved drone pilot training course in the description below this video. There are certain topics that should be covered in the course. Here is a general overview of FAA Part 107 exam topics that should be discussed in order to get your Texas drone pilot license. Regulations for UAS rating privileges and drones, specific limitations and flight operations. Classification of airspace and requirements to operate, including any restrictions affecting small unmanned aircraft systems operation. Weather relating to aviation, including the effects on a small UAS or drone performance while operating. Loading and performance for small unmanned aircraft. Emergency procedures and operations. Resource management for crews. Procedures for radio communication. How to determine the performance of a small UAS or drone. Abuse and effects of drugs and alcohol while operating UAS. Airspace, aeronautical judgment and decision-making. Airport operations. Pre-flight inspection procedure and maintenance. If you want to successfully get your Texas drone pilot license, you want to consider training that will give you the necessary benefits and material. There is no need to hunt for the best course as you can find the best FAA-approved training below this video. This course covers all of the necessary topics so you can pass the FAA Part 107 exam. The next step to get a Texas drone pilot license is that you want to get yourself an FTN through the IACRA before registering for the test. You cannot take the test without it. Let's see what the difference is between the two. IACRA is a website under the Federal Aviation Administration and stands for Integrated Airman Certification and Rating Application. Registering with them will allow you to get an FTN, commonly known as the Federal Tracking Number, that will remain with you throughout your aircraft career. It is very similar to a license to operate a car. You can register with the IACRA on their website. Visit the IACRA home page and click Register at the top right next to Log In. Select Applicant Role to register for a new certificate. Before continuing, you must hit Agree to the Terms of Service (TOS). You will now be asked to fill out the following information for your user profile. Leave the existing certificate question blank. Use the full legal name that you will register for the test. They must be identical, including suffixes. Give an email address that you use to receive important notifications from the IACRA. Fill in a username and password that you will remember. Write this down. Click Register. When you miss any required information, an error message will instruct you to fix it. The next thing that should appear is your FTN. You need to store this safely, and it will be emailed to the address you provided. This is what you will use to register for the test. You will almost always be asked for your FTN on any applications by your instructor or certifying officer. Certain applications may require more personal information to be filed. The next step to get a drone license in Texas is that you will need to take the Part 107 exam at an approved testing center. You should schedule your Part 107 exam. Here is everything you need to know, from scheduling to test formatting. This is a 60-question multiple-choice exam. You will always have 3 options: A, B, or C. The test is not like an SAT. The level of difficulty does not change based on the outcome of your answer. The questions are all independent of each other. There will likely be visual references to questions regarding airspace maps and charts. You must complete the exam within 2 hours and have clear English verbal and written skills. You have to pay $150 to take the test. And your license must be renewed every 24 months. You must have a passing score of 70%, which comes down to 42 out of 60 questions. If you fail, you can retest in 2 weeks. Should you pass, be aware of the following. The FAA is allowed to request inspection or testing of any small UAS. They are also allowed to ask for any records or associated documents. This should be made available when requested. You are required to report an accident to the FAA within 10 days if there is injury or property damage over $400. You are required to conduct pre-flight inspections that include your aircraft and control station before flying. These are the steps to become a drone pilot in Texas and to get your Texas drone pilot license. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel.